Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Here's a side-by-side of Campaign Manager 2008 and Sola Fide The Reformation. These are pretty much the same game. The themes are a little bit better. Let's just talk about which one I like better. Well, first of all, I gotta admit, I like this theme better. The Obama-McCain election was probably not the most enticing election, but it was a hot topic at the point, and I understand why they slapped this theme on top of it. It would have been interesting, maybe instead of making this one, to do an updated version of this, or an expansion that, would have done the Mitt Romney Obama and then the Trump Hillary one. Might have been a cool thing to continue to go on, but they did not choose to do that. Instead, we got a redesign, maybe, I don't know if I'd say streamlined, but definitely an updated version of the game with a different theme, which is going to be the story of the Reformation, if that's more interesting to you. Now, of these two box arts, I tend to like this one better. I think the box is a little bit smaller, just a tad bit smaller, but I like this theme better, so kind of know that going in. I think this is a more in-your-face type of box art, where this is a little bit more subdued. So let's open these up and compare the components. One thing I do notice right off the bat is that Christian's name is here first and Jason's here first. Maybe they agreed to swap those. I don't know, but I find that kind of humorous. Okay, so here's pretty much the same kind of box. It's just kind of with in the middle. This one obviously has the bigger area in it. This one has a smaller area. I'm going to set aside these boxes now that I've shown them both to you, and we're going to take a look at the components side by side. So Campaign Manager gives you the smaller, more brightly colored explanation of the rules. With Sola Fide, you're going to get two rule books. This one I'm going to set aside because it's an explanation of all the cards. This blows out of the water what you get with this. You don't get the history in this one that you do in this one. So this book by itself would trounce anything that's in this one. But we're going to set that aside for now because this doesn't have anything like it. All you get is this little explanation on the front. You can definitely see the size differences. In this one, you're going to have the components, a breakdown of all the cards with pictures. I think that's fantastic. This one, you kind of get the same thing. You're going to have a picture of anatomy of a state. This one's going to have setup immediately. But this one will have right here where it kind of shows you what you're doing in the neutral things. This is all set up right here. So it works pretty much just the same. I kind of like this game better for the breakdown of how to play because it's all in one spot. It's a little bit more centralized. This tells you how to build the campaign decks, which you're all getting here. I don't like the font as good as this one. I think this one's a lot more clear with the font. You can kind of see the pictures. Both of them have a lot of pictures inside of them. Lots of example, how to win a state, claiming an imperial circle, pretty much the same thing. How to bring a new state. This one probably has a better picture with the arrows coming out. I think they definitely upgraded that. Not that this would trouble you in any way. And then winning the game. On this one, you don't have anything on the back page, but this one you definitely have winning the game over here and the credits. I do like having some information on the back of the thing. This one's blank. So I think this one, Sola Fide, is probably better. It's more streamlined rule set. I think they updated a couple things, probably did some balancing things in the game. I didn't notice anything. I've heard this one is pretty unbalanced for Obama, that he definitely has the easier path to victory. I don't know if that's the case. This accompanying rule booklet that gives you all the histories definitely trumps this in a lot of ways. So this is definitely an upgrade, although it's not a whole lot when it comes to the rules itself. Here's Sola Fide over here, the newer one. You can see a lot more browns and not as brightly colored. I will tell you that I am a fan of brightly colored things. I do like that quite a bit. So in this one, you're going to get the victory points printed on here. In this one, it's more hidden a little bit, I guess, is how many electoral college votes that you're going to get. Now, there are two tracks on here. A lot of times, moderate evangelicals, college graduates, these will change, Catholics and seniors. So in each place, even though they work exactly the same, you're going to have a different thing that you're going after. Here's, more military. This is military also, and versus the currency, the economy, if you will. So brightly colored, more bland. This only has the one track, and they kind of streamline that in and giving you the victory points on them. They're not going to have the huge swings that you're going to see on these because of the electoral college and how it works. If you're more familiar with the political process, I think this is a more interesting version of what's going on. This is a little bit more simplistic, a little bit more streamlined, and I think it has maybe a wider appeal to people because it's further back in history. This was a little bit more timely when it came out. As for the tiles itself, I'm not a huge fan of this graphic overlay. I do like how it has it all broken down. Like, this is completely by county, how blue it is, and here it's kind of broken up, and the electoral college votes that are up. I tend to like more colorful. These tiles are smaller. You can tell here they take up a lot less table space, and you do get a lot more of these. As for quality itself, they feel about the same. This has a little bit of a gloss over it, but this is a much older game, and it's held up pretty well. In this version of the game, you're going to get a score sheet that you're going to use. I don't use it a whole lot, to be honest. You're going to have these little cardboard things that you can use as tiles, and these represent the electoral votes of each state. And as the states are picked up, you can place these down on there, whether it's red or blue, Republican or Democrat. You can definitely set these down here, and you can keep track of the point totals if you so wanted. The other one doesn't come with a point tracker. It's not really needed because you're not getting these humongous numbers that you're required to do in Electoral College. So this is a little bit of a component that you're not going to get in the other game. I'm just going to show you these bags. In the political one, you're going to get little circles with a 6-sided die. In this one, you're going to get cubes. You're going to be utilizing more different cubes. So you have a few more colors, but do you want cylinders or cubes? I don't really see much of a difference. They're both pretty nice. They're both good quality. This is a wash to me. So that's a side-by-side comparison of Campaign Manager 2008 and Sola Fide. We took a look at the components. There's not a whole lot of big differences between the two. Do you like a little bit more color? Or you like this theme a little bit more? Or if you really want a game that has Jason Matthews' name first, this would be it. If you're more into the Christian Reformation, then this is obviously the theme. So this is pretty much the same game. This one's a little bit streamlined, maybe a little bit less going on. I've heard this one's a little bit more balanced, although I don't know that I play this enough to, dissect both and have a decision on that. I do like this theme a little bit better than this one. I think the colors used in this one are a little bit too brown for my taste, but you gotta look at the components. I mean, they're fairly similar. This is probably a little bit more components, a little bit less of a table hog, but just minimal. If I had to pick between the two, which I did, I chose to keep this one, but really that's based on theme more than anything else. This one doesn't really pop from the table for me. This isn't a great designer series, so if you're collecting those, that may be something to put you over. But as for me, Campaign Manager 2008 is the better copy. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.